Looking to take your racing to the next level? You need speed and you need style. At Tier 1 Setup Shop, we'll help you hit the track with total confidence. We provide race-winning setups for all three eNASCAR series, Cup, Xfinity, and trucks, plus a huge variety of asphalt oval cars. We've also brought that performance to the dirt. Winged and non-winged sprint cars, micro sprints, dirt midgets, all built by racers who know how to win. And now, get the perfect look. We offer professional wraps and graphics with Tier 1 wraps. Multiple feature artists make it easy to find a design to fit your exact needs and budget. Get what you need when you need it with individual setup purchases or get full weekly access with a Tier 1 subscription. Tier 1 Setup Shop. You're more than a customer, you're part of the team. Looking to take your racing to the next level? You need speed and you need style. At Tier 1 Setup Shop, we'll help you hit the track with total confidence. We provide race-winning setups for all three eNASCAR series, Cup, Xfinity, and trucks, plus a huge variety of asphalt oval cars. We've also brought that performance to the dirt. Winged and non-winged sprint cars, micro sprints, dirt midgets, all built by racers who know how to win. And now, get the perfect look. We offer professional wraps and graphics with Tier 1 wraps. Multiple feature artists make it easy to find a design to fit your exact needs and budget. Get what you need when you need it with individual setup purchases or get full weekly access with a Tier 1 subscription. Tier 1 Setup Shop. You're more than a customer, you're part of the team.
Ahoy, race fans, and welcome aboard. Today, Pirate Broadcasting drops anchor in Iowa, of all places. Imagine getting a ship all the way across into Iowa. This is where we found the ECRL Cup Series drivers getting ready to battle on the track. They may have to bring out the big guns for this small track, I'll tell you. It's going to be a heck of a ride for these guys out here today. Now we're going to take a quick look at the track. We are, again, Iowa Speedway. It is a 0.88 mile track, not even a mile long. It is what's classified as a short track. The track temperature, though, is 100 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's pretty warm out there for these tires to get some grip. Ambient temperature up in the grandstand, 72 degrees Fahrenheit, 83% humidity. It's clear skies. We have 22 mile an hour winds, something to keep the fans a little cooler. But it should not bother the drivers too much down on the track because it's not a super speedway. It will not affect the drafting or anything else that might come into play here because it just won't happen on a short track. Alrighty, so here we are in Iowa. I'll tell you, we got the guys out here now. They're doing a little bit of qualifying. Going to see if they can get their times in. Right now, Adolfo Castillo. I apologize for pronunciation. He is on the pole right now, but that doesn't mean anything. He could possibly get knocked off as these other drivers get around the track here trying to get some lap times in, see who is the fastest car on the track. While we're waiting there for them to do all that, we're going to take a look. We are here at Iowa. We're here for 150 laps. We're running about 60% fuel, which is somewhere right around 60 laps around this track. We're going to have a stage break at lap 40 and at lap 80. We have one fast repair in case you get in an accident, wreck your car. You don't have to rely on your mechanics to work away and get your car fixed up. You are going to be just pressing a button and magically have a brand new car. Imagine that now. All right, then you have two green-white checkers at the end of the race. If they have an accident at the end of the race, we're going to have a green-white checker. We're going to do it all over again, restart. Hopefully we can get it in. Then we have 4 tire changes. You have 1 set of tires on the car. You have 4 sets of tires in the pits. As needed, you'll be able to get tires. Now, we are at Iowa this week. Next week, we're going to Kansas for 135 laps. But today, we are at Iowa, out in the cornfield, and we're going to get it done. Right now, I am looking at the name, and I am sorry, I don't think I can pronounce that name. That's on the leaderboard right now. It's 08. Leon Pitchbury, I believe. I do apologize. Leon Pitchbury is on the pole at this moment in time. Cameron Combs is second. Adolfo Castillo is third. Al Reed fourth. Billy Jordan is fifth. Caleb McKinney, we're seeing him go around right now in the 76 machine. He is getting a lap in. He's sitting at 6th position right now. Let's see if he moves up. He moved up into 4th position with that last lap going around the track here. So you got to look. Whoa! Kind of cut loose there into the wall again. That's after the qualifying run. It's a good thing it happened after the qualifying run. All right, so that is the excitement there at the qualifying of this race right now. Lewan Stitchbury appears to be the car to beat. That would be the 08 car. All right, we're going to go up and take a look. There it is right there. That's the Jim Shark car, butt kicker, Octane Racing Academy. That is the car that is on the pole here today. We're going to see if I can get a good camera angle to get this thing underway. Just waiting for everyone to come out onto the track. We'll get this thing started. They're waiting for Cameron Combs, Al Reed, Billy Jordan, Michael Cordray, Barry Winman. We've got a couple more to come back in. Waiting for Billy Jordan, Michael Cordray, Chad Lancaster, Tony Iverson. We'll get the start of this race. Meanwhile, down in the lower left-hand corner, you will see wherever I have to be looking, that's the car that I am looking at and talking about. Up in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see a track map. You'll be able to tell where your favorite driver is at any given time. Across the top of the screen, I have a ticker. You'll be able to see where your driver is at any given time on the track. All right, so we're going to get this thing fired up. We're going to let it go, even though we don't have all the drivers in pit lane. We're waiting for them. Let's see what we have. We have on the pole, Ewan Stixbury, Cameron Combs, row 1. Row 2, Adolfo Castillo, Caleb McKinney. Row 3, Al Reed, Billy Jordan. Row 4, Casey Gross, Danny Weir Jr. Row 5, Mikey Story, Michael Cordray. Row 6, Dale Williams, Charles Bagley. Row 7, Barry Winman, Johnny Thunders. Row 8, Chad Lancaster, Jeremy Combs. Row 9, Tony Iverson. That is your field for today as we get ready to rock and roll around this track for 150 laps. Also, the other thing to let you know that we have is down in the, right above the car that you see where I am looking on the left-hand side, bottom corner, you will also see the action alert pop up. That'll tell you if someone gets a black flag, someone gets sent to the back of the pack, someone pulls into the pits, someone is a new leader. Whatever the case may be, that will just pop up occasionally and you will see a little update on what's going on the track. Right now, we are going around the track. We're getting things done. The lights are off on the pace car. We're going to get this thing ready to rock and roll. Take a look down through the field a little bit. Everyone's looking pretty good. Right now, we'll go back up with the leader. Take a look. They're just coming out. They're going on to turn 2. They're all looking pretty good right there. Down into turn 3. We don't really have much of a backstretch here. It's only a 0.8 mile track, so it's not a whole lot of track for the camera angles to get a lot of good angles. But I will tell you, when we get this thing going, they're going to be getting around this track awfully darn fast. There's the pace car pulling off. Bernie's got the flag in hand. He's ready to get this thing rocking and rolling. Let's see what's going on. Away we go. That 08 car, Stitchbury out in front. The 15 comes. He's on the outside. Take a look in the Mobile 1. Trying to see if he can get something done. Back a little bit farther, we have Caleb McKinney and Adolfo Castillo back there battling it out for 3rd place. They are door to door trying to see if they can get it done. But I'll tell you right now, we've got some action up in the front. That is the Stitchbury car 08 leading Cameron Combs in the Mobile 1. He is trying to see if he can get something done. Take a look, Cameron Combs from his roof cam. You can see him right on the back bumper of that. Meanwhile, behind him, he has a whole pack of cars all looking. There's Castillo in the 7 right behind him. He wants to get up there and get something happening. Everyone else is looking pretty good back there. But meanwhile, up in the front, it is that 08 Stitchbury car, Jim Shark. Now, that was a good time, actually. Before we get too carried away, let's see if we can get some good camera angles on some of these cars before they start disappearing, because every now and then, these cars tend to disappear, so we don't get a good look at them. There's a 08. That's Leon Stitchbury, Jim Shark car. Cameron Combs in the 15, Mobile 1. Adolfo Castillo, MillerWelds.com. Billy Jordan in the 14, driving that Bello car, I believe it is. Orange Good looking number 14. That's a different font for a number that I don't usually see very often. Caleb McKinney in the 76 ESR. Then we have the 77 of Casey Gross coming up the pass, actually. Then we have Mikey Story, 133 car, the mellow yellow. Always a nice looking car whenever I see the mellow yellow car. He is our British contender here tonight. Then we have Al Reed. He is Elite Sim Racing. Good looking number 3. Then we have Danny Weir in the 55. Ab Designs. Good looking car right there. 72, Michael Cordray. That is the Powerade Zero car. Charles Bagley, 69. I'll tell you, No Lift Motorsports. Just a white car. Not very many stripes or whatever on that car. Just kind of riding along. Then we have a Barry Windman in the 56. That's the Dexterous Motorsports. Different kind of paint job on that car for sure. Johnny Thunders in the 60. Quantum Motorsports. Chad Lancaster in the 02. Goss on the side of that. Tony Iverson in the 13. Tyrants Racing. Then we have Dale Williams in the 22. Good looking green machine right there. Then we have Jeremy Combs in the 25. Pabst Blue Ribbon. I'll tell you, that's a good looking car right there actually. Red and blue. All right, but back up with the 08, the Stitchberry machine up in front. He is driving away right now. He has a half a second over top of Adolfo Castillo in the 7. The 7 has got into the second place position. The third place of Cameron Combs. He has dropped down a little bit. In the number 15 is the 14, Billy Jordan, right behind him. But meanwhile, up in front, I'll tell you, that 08 machine is driving away. Lap 10 out of 150. 140 laps to go. We got all kinds of racing to go here. It is a short track. It's not going to take long for the laps to count down. But I'll tell you, we've got some action going to be happening here, I'm sure. Once these guys get going around this track a few more laps, there's always a possibility, because it's such a tight track that you're just going around and around. I'll tell you, these guys get a little dizzy. They get a little loose in their driving. It could get a little tricky for a few of these guys bouncing off each other. But we won't know until we get the laps down and see how it all plays out. Alrighty, going back a little bit, Billy Jordan. He is back there in that 14 machine. He is leading the second pack. It looks like the 08 and the 7 are driving away from these guys. We got a little pack back here. We got a little bit of 3-wide racing back here, though. They're getting a little tight back here. They're looking pretty good. Take a look at that 72 machine. That's Michael Cordray. Oh, we have Tony Iverson has crashed. We don't have a yellow flag for it, though. Let's take a quick look, see what happened to Tony Iverson. Tony Iverson there in the 13. That's a Tyrants machine. Guess, oh, we got tagged. Spun around. There was no caution on that. I'm surprised. I am really surprised there's no caution on that. All right, we'll go back up to the live again. He got it back underway. We are at lap 15 out of 150. Back up with your leaders. Tony Iverson, though, he is still getting around the track. He's beat up in the front end. The front end of that car looks a little beat up. You can't really get a good angle. There's a good angle. You see a big dent right dead center of the front end. Got a little scuff mark on the passenger side front fender. Looks a little worse for wear, but he should be okay at the moment. He's way at the back, though. He is 11 seconds behind the nearest car in front of him. He's back in 17th spot, so he's going to have to do some hustling, because I'll tell you what, the leader is coming. The leader right now is, let's see, 5 seconds behind him, and he's gaining fast. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that for sure. But I'll tell you, that Gymshark 08, the Stitchberry machine, he's sitting there really good shape right now. He has 9/10 of a second over top of the Castillo machine, number 7. And he has 1.6 seconds over top of Caleb McKinney and Billy Jordan. So I'll tell you what, that Stitchberry machine, he is out in front and he's just driving away, making it look easy right now. We're going to have to keep an eye on this as the laps count down. We're at lap 18 out of 150, so we still have tons of time. And don't forget, lap 40, we're going to take a stage break. So, again, they're running 60 laps, basically, for fuel. We're going to do a stage break at lap 40. The fuel window will not come into really play here at all. Even when we take a stage break at lap 80, 60 laps to a tank of fuel, they should be able to just about get it done. But we'll have to wait and see. Well, it depends on what accidents they have and so on and so forth, obviously. All right, going back in the field a little bit further, Caleb McKinney, he's looking good in the 76. Barry Windman, he is back there in the 8th position. In the 56, he's back there by himself. Charles Bagley, he's back there in the 69. He's at the 72 looking on the inside. The 72's right there beside him. Gonna have to take a look and see if he can get by him. He's trying to stay ahead of him. Taking a look out his back window. He's got him looking and he's coming up fast. He was right there beside him. He faded off a little bit. Now he is back here just kind of riding away. Meanwhile, up in front, you have a little bit of action up front there. Al Reed. Al Reed is looking at that yellow machine. At 14, Billy Jordan, he's taking a good look at the inside if he can get in there. Kind of looking to tuck his front end in if he can. Oh, the 14 just bounced off the wall. That might slow him down enough for the 3 of Al Reed to get around him if he possibly can. He's looking both sides. He's got that 56 right behind him. 56, actually, the 56 is looking on the inside of him, not able to do anything about it. These guys are up here racing. They are up here trying to see if they can get by each other. It's only lap 23. There's 56 looking down low. There's the 3 looking down low. He's right there on the inside of the 14. Meanwhile, he also has the 56 looking on the inside of him. We're almost 3 wide here, folks. We are right here. He backed off it, let him go. That also opened up the door for the 56 to get by him. 56 is gone. So the 3 now is sitting here looking at these guys drive away from him. He backed off a little bit, thought better of it. He could have ran with them, but he figured, you know what, lap 25 out of 150, we got lots of time to catch up to these guys a little bit later on. Up a little bit farther, Mike Story. He's sitting there with a bird's eye view of these 2 guys, Caleb McKinney, Casey Gross. They're side by side, racing each other. It looks like Caleb McKinney's going to get a little bit of a run. Bounces off the wall, though. He gets a little bit of a run up front there. Caleb, and he has the the big Q, Quantum Motorsports. That's Casey Gross on the inside. Casey's going to take the spot away from him, taking 3rd spot right now, followed by the 133. That's Mikey Story. He is right there. Mikey is on his way, trying to get by him if he possibly can. He is working hard, trying to get by the 76 of Caleb McKinney. He wants the spot. Caleb's not going to give it to him. There it is. There's the 133. 133 does. He got on the inside turn. He got a little bit of a run. That's all he needed. Jumped out in front. Meanwhile, he's got nobody really in behind. He's just kind of riding along, trying to do what he can do. But I'll tell you, nobody really wants to push the issue this early in the race, I would say. Lap 28 out of 150. We've got all kinds of time, all kinds of racing ahead of us right now. But right now, I will tell you that Tony Iverson car, he is way back there. He still has the problem of the leader coming up behind him. The leader is on the way. I'll tell you, Tony Iverson's car does not look good at all. He does not look like he's got a whole lot of speed for himself. he is in trouble, I would have to say. The 08 is still gaining on him. We're going to take a look at the tower just to see how far back he is. Iverson is back 21 seconds right now. He's still on the lead lap. He's doing all he can, but is it going to be enough to stay ahead of the leader? Because that 08, the Stitchberry machine, he is on the move. He is on a run, and he wants to get up there as best as he possibly can. You can see Iverson in the distance just going around the turn, while the Stitchberry machine is just coming into the turn now. So you can see the 08 is definitely gaining a little bit of momentum every time around this track. So we're lap 32 crossing the stripe. We are watching these guys go round and round in the circle here at Iowa today. All right, let's go up. We're going to take a look real fast into the corners. Let's take a look at these guys coming around here. There's the little yellow car. We're going to follow him around. They're looking pretty good. Coming through the turns. Turn 4 exit. Going across the front straightaway. Coming into turn 1. Going into turn 2. It's looking really good. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to jump on in here. We're going to crank it up. Who wants to hear a little bit of car racing going on here? Let's crank this thing up for a minute. See, you cannot get much time in between laps here because the laps count down really fast here at Iowa. We are on lap 36 out of 150. We are cranking it up, watching these get around the track. But I'll tell you, that mellow yellow machine, it looks good. The Stitchberry machine, the 08, he is out there. He is 2.7 seconds ahead of the 7 of Castillo. He has got to do some pedaling. You can't even see him up in front. He's up there looking at the leader. You can just see the leader in the distance. He's got a long way to go to catch up to him. Meanwhile, behind the 7 of Castillo, you can see the third place car in the distance coming up behind. That would be Mikey Story in the mellow yellow car. He is up there trying to catch up, but I'll tell you, you can see there is Castillo, the number 7, in the distance. These guys up in the front of the pack, they are really getting separated, really spacing themselves out. Now, in behind Mikey Story, though, he's got a little bit of a gap. He has Caleb McKinney back there in the 76. He is right now 1.4 seconds behind, but he is trying to catch up to the back end of Mikey Story if he possibly can. Take a look. You can just see him right there. So he's got a little bit closer angle. Meanwhile, farther back, this is where all the action is. These guys are all bunching up a little bit back here. They are separated, but I'll tell you, once these guys get going, they should be a little bit better, but they just seem to be just riding around this track, trying to get as much as they can. But we have lap 40. Everyone's taking it easy right now. We're waiting for the caution to come out. Lap 40. There should be a stage break. Just waiting for everyone to get across the start-finish line, and I believe the stage break should come out. There it is. There is the stage break. That's going to bunch everything back up again, tighten up the field. I would have to say, honestly, that this field needs to be tightened up a little bit more. Otherwise, it's turning into a Sunday drive with everyone being so separated. Looks like Cameron Combs got a little bit of front fender damage. He was into something. Definitely got a little bit of damage on the front end. Meanwhile, take a look at the leader. The leader is up here. He's going to come in the pit lane. Here he is coming down pit lane here now. He's going to get some service done. Everybody's coming in. They're all going to fuel up. I would say that they're all going to take tires this time by. Again, they have 4 tire changes. So why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you take a set of tires at lap 40? No one's really been in at all. Take a look at our pit strategy. This is it. Everyone is in on lap 41. So, going back up with the leader. He's taking tires on the outside. He's taking tires on the inside. A full tank of Sunoco fuel. He is back out onto the track, driving away. Going to cycle through. I'll tell you what, Caleb is coming out behind him as well. Casey Gross, Al Reed, Mikey Story. These guys are all out here. Billy Jordan's the only one still in the pits. He is in there trying to get some more service done. He might have came in a little bit hot. I'm not quite sure. Could be serving a penalty. No, there he is. He's going there now. He was in there for 26 seconds, though, so he was in there for a while. Looking to take a look, see where Tony Iverson is. Tony Iverson is still out there. He's moved himself up into the 10th spot. So, I'll tell you, last season, I know we were watching a lot of Tony Iverson. I was here, actually, with Adam Gladfelter, and I was doing color for this race for these guys. And I'll tell you, we were watching. Tony Iverson was one of the guys that I was definitely watching. I definitely like that paint job that he has on that car. But I'll tell you, there's been some really good racing going on here at the ECRL Cup Series. I really enjoyed my time doing the co-broadcast with Adam Gladfelter. They are no longer doing the broadcast. They have, I believe, I missed out on who was doing it now, but they have a new broadcaster. He's having a little bit of computer problems, so they called me in and asked me to do a little bit of coverage for them, which I had no problem doing at all. Yeah, it's this is a good league. I'm really impressed with the driving skills of these guys. We're not seeing a whole lot of accidents, a whole lot of really aggressive driving. Everyone is kind of minding their P's and Q's, doing a good job. All right, so we are getting everything lined up. Once again, 2x2. It is the 08 Stitsbury machine, the 76 Caleb McKinney on the outside. Casey Gross in third, Al Reed in fourth. Then we have Mikey Story and Danny Weir. Adolfo Castillo in 8th position. Michael Cordray and Tony Iverson. That's your top 10 guys. They're up here trying to make something happen. Gonna get it going. I'll tell you what, though. They are going around turns 3 and 4 right now. Looking really good. We're going to jump up to Bernie in the flag stand. Pace car is pulling off. Okay, Bernie. Get that flag ready, man. We are going to get ready to rock and roll this thing. Here we go. There's the 08. It is taking off, but there is Caleb McKinney on the 70, in the 76 on the outside, staying right with them. Gonna try to run this thing down. Right behind them, though, Al Reed and Casey Gross, they are side by side as well, trying to see if they can stay together. Don't forget the 133, Mikey Story. He's right there taking a look, saying, hey, somebody get out of my way, because I want to get up here and play with these guys as well, up the front of the pack. Meanwhile, up in the very front, that 08 has jumped out in the lead. He is ahead of Caleb McKinney in the 76, trying to see if he can build up the bigger lead that he had a little while ago before the caution came out, before the stage break. Man, I'll tell you, he is a man on the move in that 08 machine, that Jim Shark Ryzen machine. He is going. Take a look, Caleb McKinney, take a look on his roof cam. You can take a look, you can see he's out there, he's looking a little bit on the outside, trying to see if he can get something for him out on the upside, if he can. Possibly. He's looking to see if he can go. Not quite enough there. He's dropping way down to the line. Going to slide back up again. Meanwhile, right behind him, you have Al Reed. Al Reed is right there. He's up there by himself. He has Mikey Story and Casey Gross behind him. Actually, it's Mikey Story moving up another position. Mikey was up into 4th position now in that 133 mellow yellow car. But it's all about Stitchberry in the 8. He is just driving away. Everyone else looks to be basically in single file as we go back to the pack. They're all looking pretty good. There's the 56 looking a little bit high. We'll take a look and see. He's looking on the inside of that 7 machine. Going to try to get something done. The 7's going to go on the outside of the Danny Weir machine. He got by him, no problem there. Danny Weir's right in front of Barry Wenham. I apologize for some of the pronunciation for names here this evening. Again, I'm not used to doing this league, so I have to really pay attention to the different pronunciation, and honestly, I am terrible at calling people's names out correctly at times. But then, same as my name, Art Millen, everyone calls me Art Milne because the E is silent, but everybody makes sure that they say the E at the end of my name. So I am used to it myself, trust me. But I do apologize if I mispronounce your name. Meanwhile, Tony Iverson back here, what are you doing, man? He is right there on the side of the 55, 72. He was trying to get by him. I'm going to back that up just a hair. Take a look, as he was trying to tuck his nose right down in there. We're going to just back this up just a hair. Here he is. Take a look. You're looking down there. Oh, the 55 got sideways. Actually, Tony was there. Tony actually saved the 55 because the 55 was going for a slideways slide down the track, caught on to Tony in the 13 and used the 13 car in order to save himself. But unfortunately, that cost Tony a little bit of space. So here we go. Let's go back up the line once again. We are going back up with the 08. That Stitchberry machine, he is just driving away. That thing looks awesome out in front. That purple Horizon machine, man, Gymshark, it's just driving away from everybody else. What can you say, man? Everybody else is just following behind this 08 machine. All right, let's go back a little bit. Casey Gross, he is there trying to keep up with that 56 machine. I seen him in the distance when I was up there looking at the leader. But everyone else looks to be basically in a single file run. Lap 55, the third way through the race. Lap 55 at 150. These guys are all doing a phenomenal job, not beating and banging off each other. They're just basically kind of running their lines. There's Barry Wenham. He is up here trying to see if he can get up by the 7 of Castillo. He's taking a really good look. He's taking a look on the inside. If he can do it, can't quite have the power enough to get it done. Although coming into the turn, he looked low. Adolfo came down low in order to block him. They are doing whatever they can to get up to the front of this pack. I'll tell you, everybody wants to catch up to Stitchberry in the 08, but he is having none of it. He is building himself a gap once again. He has got this thing dialed in. He's just like he's on rails. He's just going around this track, no problem at all. Caleb McKinney, though, is looking real good as well. So is Al Reed in the 3rd spot. These guys are all doing a really good job getting around this track. There is Mikey Story. He's back here as well. Mikey's got nobody really behind him. He's got a good gap between him and the 7 of Castillo. He's got 1.4 seconds over top of the 7 car right now. However, he is 7/10 of a second behind Al Reed. If you take a look, there's Al Reed in the distance. That's the 3 cars that Mikey has to catch up to, get by, and hopefully at the end of the race, win the race. But right now, he's got a little bit of struggling to do. He's going to have to pedal a little faster to get that car up to the front. Meanwhile, back a little bit farther, Tony Iverson, how you doing back there, my friend? He is taking a look, seeing if he can get that Tyrannosaurus Rex. That's a hungry Rex. Coming up, trying to see if he can get something done. He is trying his best, I'll tell you. to get that number 13 up to the front of the pack. I'll tell you, like I said, when we were doing the races before, he was definitely the car to watch. There was a lot of action going on with that Iverson car. Today in Iowa, not so much. He's had a little bit of a hard run so far at the start of this race. So he's trying to hustle it up, trying to work his way back up to the front. Take a look inside the cockpit. He is just riding along in fourth gear, trying to get it done, getting the revs up. Not worried about fifth gear. He's just going to run in fourth gear all the way around this track. Meanwhile, the Mobile 1 of Cameron Combs, he is right on the back door of Danny Weir. Danny Weir is right in front of him, and he is looking to see if he can get by. He's looking on the inside. If he can get on the inside, he's going to try for it. Taking a look, he can't quite get it done. Here he goes. He's looking on the high side too, sliding out a little bit in the corner, not able to get anything done with it. All right, back up with the leader. That 08 is still just driving away. I'll tell you, there's not much of a story up front. The 08, where's he at? Oh, he's up in the front somewhere. Don't worry about him. He's driving away. He's going to catch up to the back of the pack here eventually. But meanwhile, Chad Lancaster's at the other end of the field in 17th spot. He's having a little bit of a struggle here today. He is trying to do what he can do. He's also got Billy Jordan in the 14 back there with him. But I'll tell you right now, if you look at the battle box, he has the leader. The leader is only 4.6 seconds behind Chad Lancaster. So if you take a look at Chad Lancaster's rear window, you can just see the leader in the distance, slowly but surely catching up with him. So, Chad, Billy, you boys better get going, because the leader's coming and he's going to get you. Meanwhile, back in the front, I don't think we can see out the windshield. Yes, you can. You just see Billy Jordan and Chad Lancaster in the distance. So he is catching up to them ever so slowly, but he is catching them. So these guys at the back of the pack, they're going to be the first cars to go down a lap, because everyone's on the lead lap right now. That's not going to last very much longer. Well, then again, we only have 12 laps to the stage break, so both of these guys can hold on for 12 more laps. But I'll tell you, it's going to be a bit of a struggle, because that 08 machine is hot. It is a fast car going around this track here today. And I'll tell you, let's take a look who's driving what here today. Right now, Sitzberry's driving the Ford Mustang. McKinney got a Ford. Reed has a Chevrolet. Story has a Ford. Castillo has a Chevrolet. Gross has a Chevrolet. Windman has a Chevrolet. Cordray has a Chevrolet. Whoa, there goes the 14. Combs has a Chevrolet. Weir Chevrolet. Iverson Chevrolet. Williams a Ford. Combs a Chevrolet. Bagley a Chevrolet. Thunders in a Ford. Jordan in a Ford. Lancaster in a Ford. No Toyotas in the field today at all. I'll tell you what though, right now, that machine of Stitchberry, he is catching up to these boys really quickly. Now, Billy Jordan, he went into the pits. He came into the pits hot. Let's take another quick look. What happened to him? Man, he came in hot. Taking a better look. He came in. Looks like he's just driving along slowly. He locked up the front wheel. There we go, back up to full speed. Then just drove right into the wall. Wow. Okay, not quite sure what's going on with that. All right, let's go back up to live action once again. So, there we go. The 02 of Goss is going to get, Goss on the side. That's Chad Lancaster. He is now battling with the 08, trying to stay on the lead lap. He's not going to be able to do it. We got 73 laps, so we got 7 more laps before. Oh, The 02 is up against the wall as well. That's not going to help him for speed at all. Meanwhile, the 08 is going to get by, and so is that 76 machine of Caleb McKinney. Now, if Chad Lancaster can get into his car and try to get right on the back bumper, try to keep up with these guys, but you have the Al Reed machine back there. Al Reed is back here looking to see if he can sneak up by. He wants to get by Chad Lancaster as well. Now, the only thing that Chad Lancaster can hope for at this point in time is nobody else gets past. He'll be able to get the lucky dog when we go to break here in 5 more laps. There he is. He's getting past right now. You can see the 02 staying up high, staying out of the way of the leaders. Just falling in behind of Al Reed. So right now, Mike Story's going to come up on the back end of Chad Lancaster. This would be the next car to go flying by him as well. Again, Chad is having a few difficulties here today, trying to get that car under control to get around the track. Meanwhile, we've got the mellow yellow Mikey Story into 133. He is coming up, and he's coming up pretty quick. 76, lap 76 out of 150. Lap 77 as we cross the stripe. Only 3 more laps to go before they have their second stage break. Man, I'll tell you, I don't know if Chad Lancaster is going to be able to hold him off. I think he might, actually. No, Chad Lancaster is going to go down low. He's pulling into the pits. Chad Lancaster went down low. He's down on the apron, staying well out of the way of the leaders. He's going to come in early. He's going to come in early. That's actually a really good idea. No, he just pulled himself right directly into the pits. He towed himself to the pits. That will cost him. I was going to say, I was thinking that he might have came in early, so that way when the stage break came, he would get the lucky dog, but not have to worry about coming into the fuel. But where he towed himself to the pits, that's going to cost him time. That's going to cost him a lot of time. So, all right, let's go back up with the 08. The 08, again, showing everyone how to get it done here in Iowa, out in the cornfield. Man, this 08 machine, Stitchberry, he has got this thing rolling just the way he wants it to go, because he has got no issues whatsoever. That Ford Mustang is working really, really good. Caleb McKinney, he's right there trying to see if he can catch up. He is still 1.8 seconds behind the leader. Doesn't look like that much, but actually it is. Oh, against the wall. That's going to slow him down even more. There's the caution. Caution is now out. This would be for the stage break at lap 80. Wow. I'll tell you, this is some really good racing here, ladies and gentlemen, on the short track here. Man, I'll tell you what. Well, we're going to do a little bit of side-by-side here just for a minute. I want to say, Pirate Broadcasting, thank you. Advanced Technical Solutions, that is who is the main sponsor. Land & Sea. We have Combs Custom Paint as well. We have Midland Struggler. Whiplash Simcams providing me with all my camera angles. Again, ECRL Advanced Solutions. Advanced Technical Solutions, I should say. Crafts and Stuff, LLC, Land & Sea, Combs Custom Paint, Midland Struggler. These are all the sponsors. And again, Whiplash Simcams gives me, Pirate Broadcasting, a ton of fantastic camera angles. All right, let's go back up with live racing. These guys getting tires inside, outside. Going to fill up with a full tank of Sunoco fuel. Get back out in the track. There's the 76. Caleb McKinney trying to get up there to get out before the 08. Couldn't make it happen. It is the 08 for the win off of pit lane. He is just winning everything here today. He is just driving away. I think he knows what he's doing. I think he's got a good handle on it without a doubt. All right. That 08's going to fall in behind the pace car once again. Going to go around the track one more time at least. The lights are still on, so we've got at least 2 more laps to get around this thing. Caleb McKinney's right there. He's going to follow along behind the Gymshark machine. Third place, Al Reed, looking good. He's right there. Adolfo Castillo in the 7. He's in 4th place. Mikey Story, mellow yellow car. There's a good view of his hood. Then we have Casey Gross. He's right there behind the mellow yellow in the 6th position. Michael Cordray, good looking hood shot there. Cameron Combs, Mobile 1. He's right there as well. Barry Windman, the DT. Dale Williams in the 22. Haven't seen much about Dale here today. Charles Bagley in the 69. Haven't seen much of Charles as well. Johnny Thunders in that 60 machine. I remember he won a race there in the spring, I believe. I was doing the color for. Danny Weir, he's back here as well. Tony Iverson, though, he's back in the 13th position. Jeremy Combs in the 15th position. Pabst Blue Ribbon. Chad Lancaster is not on the field anymore. Billy Jordan, he's not. No, Billy Jordan is back out in the 14. Chad Lancaster, though, I'm not seeing him at all. So I'm not quite sure what happened to him. We're going to take a quick look down here. Take a look at our full ticker. I wonder how far Billy Jordan is down. Actually, 12 laps. Lancaster is out at this moment in time. Billy Jordan is down 12 laps. So he is just out here, just going to burn the laps up as best he can. Try to do whatever he can to get up here. Meanwhile, up in front, the lights are off on the pace car. Got to turn our track back on because we are getting ready to go one more time. Barney, wave that flag, man. We are racing here again. Oh, we got spin out to 76 minutes. Wow, what happened to Caleb? Caleb has crashed. Let's take a look. See on the restart. I don't know if the 7 got into the back of him or not. Let's see if I can get a better angle. Here we go. Let's go quarter speed. Okay, the pace car is pulling off. I don't know, maybe he missed a gear, missed a shift, started in 3rd or 4th gear. I usually go around the track trying to save fuel, so you go around in a higher gear. Possibly one of those things or just something else, I'm not sure. Man, I'll tell you, looks like the 7, Castillo, got into the back end possibly. Or he spun the tires sideways. I don't know if the 7 got into him or not. But that's all it took, put him up into the wall. Let's back this up just a hair more. Just freeze it right about there. We're going to go up the Castillo machine. Let's take a look at his dash or his hood cam. We're going to take a look. We're going to let this thing ride along, quarter speed. He's right on the back end of that Mustang. It doesn't look like he was close enough to hit him. It looks like he almost hit the gas, spun the tires, and spun himself sideways. And that was all it took. That's all it took by the looks of that angle. I am not sure. That is not my call, not my place to call that. I don't know. You guys out there in TV land, you'll have to take a look and try to figure it out for yourselves. Tell me what you think. Man, I'll tell you, it was, I don't know. I'm not sure. Let's go back up to live. We got the yellow flag out in the grandstand. We are going around this track. Let's take a look. Let's see who we have. Adolfo is cheating. Flashpoint Racing. Hopefully I can get my second win with you here. I won a Dega coming back from three laps down last season. That's from Flashpoint Racing Network. I'm not quite sure who that is. Number 1, maybe? Is that the number 1? Where is the number 1? We don't have a number 1 here racing today. Thought we did. I'm not sure. But that's what we get in the YouTube. We get all kinds of chat down there in the YouTube channel. Alrighty. So, Pitchberry 08, he's still up the front of this thing, but now he has the Castillo machine in the 7 to contend with. taking a look. Caleb McKinney is back on the track. He is on the track in the 76. Man, I'll tell you what, he's back there in 15th position. He went from 2nd to 15th just like that. Not quite sure if he spun the tires or what happened. Because, I don't know, a couple of angles, one angle looked like he might have got tapped. The other angle looked like there was nobody near enough to tap him. Again, folks out there in TV land, take your own, make your own opinion on it. And we'll have to wait and see how it all plays out. Perhaps he'll be at the front of this race at the end of the race. Maybe we can ask him during the end of the race. We'll have to see. All right, meanwhile, up in front, the lights are off on the pace car. They're on the back straightaway. Coming into turn 3. They're all looking really good out here. 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. Coming out of the turn. Going into turn 4. The pace car is going to pull off. There it goes. Got Bernie up in the flag stand. He's got the flag ready to go once again. It's going to be Stitchberry in the 08, the 7 of Castillo. They are racing once again. Castillo's a little bit slow. The 08's got a heck of a run right there off the start. He is gone once again. The 7's doing what he can to get up there a little bit closer, trying to catch up to the 8. But I'll tell you, that 8 machine is fast. He is gone. Alrighty. Meanwhile, back a little bit, look at the 133, Mikey Story. We're looking 3 wide almost. Woo! They saved it to get it down, but there's Mikey Story on the inside of the 3. That's Al Reed. Al Reed on the high side. That is Mikey Story on the inside. They are racing side to side, door to door. I'll tell you what, they are looking to see if who's going to win the battle. Whoa, we're getting real close there. Man, thought we were really close. Get the 77 coming down in front of the 133. That gave the 3 a little bit of a run up on the high side. I'll tell you what, we've got a few cars looking to see what they can get done. The 133, that is Mikey Story. He's looking, he's trying to see if he can get up to the front once again. There's the 3 on the outside. He slows down a little bit on the corner entrance. The 3 is right there, so is the 77, Casey Mears. They're both looking to see if they can get around the 7 machine of Castillo. Lap 93 at a 150. Woo, that's real close right there. He's right next to that machine once again. The 3 is right there. They are side by side going for it. All 4 of these guys are all trying to see who can get by the guy in front of them. The 77, Casey Gross, he's getting a little bit of a run. The 133 is right behind him. He's going to follow him through. But that 7 of Castillo, he is not going to let go. He wants that position. He is riding as close as he can to the 133. Does not want to give it up. He's going to have to give it up here now. The 133's got the advantage coming off the turn 2 onto the back straightaway. But I'll tell you, Adolfo is looking to get back behind the 133 and get back up beside him once again. Meanwhile, right behind him, he's got the 3, he's got the 13, Tony Iverson right there. Tony Iverson's working his way back up through this pack. Taking a look, Tony Iverson. Tony's down on the low side. He's on the inside of the 3. He's coming up behind the 7 now. Slow but sure, he's got to weed his way through the pack. Yeah, I'll tell you, I think he's going to do something here before the end of this race. We have 53 laps to go. Here he is fighting the 3 right there now, Al Reed. Al Reed's doing all he can to hang on to it. Again, Tony Iverson's had a few problems here tonight so far, but there he is, once again, in 5th place, working his way back up towards the front of the pack. He is doing a good job with it as well. Right there behind the Castillo machine. There's the 3 getting a good run off the corner. They are fighting side by side, trying to see what they can get done. Man alive, I will tell you, this is some wicked racing out front here today. Here they all are coming down the track. They're all looking pretty good, going into turn 1. They're all spaced out. They're looking pretty decent here right now. I think they're looking pretty good. guys are doing a good job trying to get this thing happening. Through turn 4. Going off turn 4, onto the front straightaway once again. They're all doing a good job. I will tell you what. Casey Grosso, he is up there in the second spot now in that 77 machine. Mikey Story in the 133. He's in the third position, but he's got all these guys behind him. If you take a look, he's got the 7 back there, the 3, the 13, Tony Iverson, Caleb McKinney, Cameron Combs, Dale Williams, Jeremy Combs, back in 10th. They are all looking to see if they can get up there. But right now, the 7, 13, and the 3, they are all pretty anxious. But don't forget Caleb McKinney. Caleb McKinney, he had that problem. He spun his tires. It looked like on the restart, got shuffled all the way to the back. He is now back up in the 7th position. He wants to get it done. He wants to get up closer to the front if he possibly can. He's going to try to get by that 3 machine. Doing as best he can with that Al Reed. You get the Leprechaun on the back door of it, on the back end. Ha-ha! See if I get a better look at the Leprechaun. There he is. He's mooning you. But meanwhile, there is Caleb McKinney. He's going to take out. Reed went high. That was a mistake because Caleb McKinney takes the spot away. He is up into 6th position right now. Actually, so did Cameron Combs. Actually, so Al Reed dropped 2 spots just by going a little high. But Tony Iverson, don't forget Tony Iverson. He's inside the Mellow Yellow machine. You got the Mellow Yellow against the Tyrannosaurus Rex. They are going at it side by side. Meanwhile, the Castillo machine is sitting there saying, who can I go by? He was riding in the middle of the 2 of them. They now get back into single file racing. But don't even think about that 08 of Stitchberry, because he is way out in front right now. He's 1.74 seconds ahead of Casey Gross. Casey Gross is just watching him drive away. You can just see the leader. He's just driving away. Man, I'll tell you, we are at lap 105 out of 150. Going to be 106. That means we have 44 laps to go and counting. Wow. But Tony Iverson, he is right there behind that Mellow Yellow machine. He is trying to get it done. Let's go back, take a look. Johnny Thunders, where are you at, Johnny? You're back here in the 13th position. You're basically by yourself. You got a bunch of cars right there behind. Nobody in front of you, but you have you got, what do you see? Charles Bagley, Michael Cordray, and it looks like Billy Jordan. They're all right there behind you at this moment in time. But right now in front of you, you can't even see the guys in front of you. Barry Windman in the 56, he is the next car that you're going to be able to see. But if you look out the rear window of Barry's car, you can just see him. When you went around the corner, you lost sight. You couldn't see Johnny Thunders anymore. But I'll tell you, meanwhile, it is Barry. Barry's going to go by the 25. He's got a good run. Taking a look at the inside, there's the Pabst Blue Ribbon car way up high. He's got a good run, puts him 1 spot behind him. He is moving up 1 spot at a time. Up in front of him, the next car to go will be Danny Weir. He's going to see if he can get up behind Danny, make a run of it. He's looking at the laps counting down, 41 laps to go. He is back in the 11th position. He needs to get this thing up into the front of the pack if he can, the top 5 somewhere. He's working at it. He's got a little bit of a run. Lost it going into the corner. He's trying his best to try to get up there. Meanwhile, let's go back up. Guess who's in the front? Stitchberry in the 08. He now has 2 seconds over top of Casey Gross. Man, 2-second lead over top of second place. Tony Iverson, though. Tony Iverson has worked his way through the crowd, and he is up in the third position right now. That 13 machine is in the 3rd place, and he's got Casey Gross in his sights. He wants to move up on him. Meanwhile, behind him, you have the Castillo machine, number 7. You have the 133, Mikey Story. He's back there. And Caleb McKinney. Don't cut out Caleb. Caleb's had a fast car. just spinning his tires, spun him to the back. He is working his way back up again. He's in 6th position now. He is working his way up. But right now, Tony Iverson has got to get up and get by the Casey Gross machine, the 77. He's gaining a little bit every lap. You can just take a look and see he's getting closer and closer. Right now, he's only 2.3 seconds, 0.3 of a second behind the 77. He is working the best way he knows how to get that thing up farther towards the front. There's a good gap angle look. You can see the gap between the cars very well there. They are all spaced out. No one's really on top of one another. I guess back there Cameron Combs is getting a little bit close to Caleb McKinney. But back a little bit farther, these guys are all spaced out quite a bit. Once again, there are no more stage breaks, so this is it. Now, don't forget, we were in at lap 80. So that means somewhere around lap 140, 10 laps to go, these guys are all going to have to come in and pit again. Now, let's take a quick look at the pit strategy here. Everybody, Cordray has 27 laps, but everyone else has 33 laps on their car. So, another 27, 30 laps, they're going to have to come in and get some fuel. So, 30 laps is going to put them all right about one lap, lap 140, 145. Like, are you going to come in because you are 5 laps short for fuel? That is going to suck. But it won't bother this guy out in front because he now has 2.8 seconds over top of Casey Gross. He can come in, get a splash of gas, get back out, knowing that everyone else has to come in and get some fuel as well. Now, speaking of that, Johnny Thunders right now is being a little sneaky. He's going to sneak down in here. He's going to get his fuel early. We're going to follow along with Johnny Thunders. Let's see. Are you going to take some tires at the same time? Give yourself that little bit more of an advantage. You got 37 laps on your car. Let's take a look. See if you're going to take tires as well. Or are you just going to take a splash of gas? No, he's taking tires on the outside. Mike Story's came in as well. There's Mike Story, my old yellow car driving by. The Quantum Motorsports, number 60, he's getting fuel. I don't see it going back up on the inside. Mikey Story, though, he's been running up front. There he is, getting tires on the outside right now. That's it. Outside tires only, a full tank of fuel. He is gone. He's back out onto the track. Johnny Thunders is still sitting in the pits. Not quite sure why. We got a caution, folks. We've got a caution. Not quite sure what happened. We'll have to take a look. I don't have an indicator popping up. Not sure what happened here. Looks like the 60 there. Looks like the 133. Let's see, the 69. I'm not sure, ladies and gentlemen. Just going through my ticker scoreboard to see who might have had a problem. I'm not seeing anybody with a problem. Dale Williams passed Mikey Stewart, but that was back further there. That wasn't an issue. Not quite. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, that's what brought out the caution. That was the 133. We got to go back, Mike Story. We got to go back and take a look. That's why he came into the pits, possibly. That's why. Let's go back and see what happened to Mikey Story. He was, what the heck happened to him? The 15 is coming up behind him. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. The 133. There it is. It's coming up in my ticker now that the 133 crashed. But anyway, we're going down. Mikey Story's up there. Maybe he didn't plan on coming down pit lane at that moment in time. Maybe he kind of got forced down into pit lane. Here we are. He's going around turn 3 and 4. Going into turn 3. Trying to take a better look if I can see a good look of it here. Now he's got the 15. Cameron Combs right behind him. Looks like he might have slowed down. Cameron got into the back end. He might have slowed down to come into the pits, but Cameron was right there behind him, didn't realize that he was slowing down, just ran right over the 133 of Mikey Story. Then Mikey Story took that and he drove down into the pits. Okay. So that's what happened to that. Bring this back out again. Let it ride. Mikey Story, this is afterwards, so this is after Mikey got in the pits and he came back out. He came to the start-finish line and stopped, and then he just kept going once again. Not quite sure what's going on with that. All right, let's go back up with live. Let's go back up with live. We've got Stitchberry up in front. That ended the problem, though. I'll tell you what, because everybody came in and got fuel. So we do not have to worry about anybody getting fuel now, running out of fuel, lap 140, 145, whatever the case may be. Nobody's going to run out of fuel. Everybody got fuel. Everybody got the tires that they might have wanted. They are all good to go for the rest of this race. Man, I'll tell you, it's a quirky day, but these guys are getting it done. There is the 08 Stitchberry. He is making it happen. I'll tell you, he's back up in front. He's still in front. There's the 7 getting the 77 a little tap, saying, hey, get going. Man, oh man. Taking a look. The pace car is off. We're going to ride along with the 08. Barney's got the flag in the air. The flag is waving. We are racing once again. Taking a look. He is driving away from everybody else. That 77 was a little slow on the get-go, but don't count out Tony Iverson. Tony Iverson is right there as well. Tony Iverson is moving up on the inside. He's trying to see if he can get a run on that 77. Before the caution came out, he was moving up slow but sure. But now with lap 124 in the books, out of 150, we got 26 laps to go. Everyone is all bunched up. They are all excited to get this race over with. I'll tell you what, these guys are going to be racing. There's the 13 on the inside of Casey Grouse, the 77 machine. He is doing whatever he can to try to get up and catch that 08. But I'll tell you, that 08 has taken everyone to school today. Nobody, in my humble opinion, can catch that 08 machine. He's out in the front. He's got fresh air. He's got nobody anywhere near contending for a position. Everyone else is all in single file line. They are all looking pretty good back here. Then I'll tell you, it just looks like another day at the office for all these guys. There is Jeremy Combs. He's back there at the back of the pack in 13th spot. Mike Story is coming out of the pits right here now. He was back into the pits. He got some service work done. Now he's going back out once again. But I'll tell you right now, Mike Story is down. Mike Story is down. Oh my goodness. He's down 2 laps. He had such a fast car early on. 133. Oh, but Mikey Story, I'll tell you, man, that is disappointing for Mikey up there in the 133. He is back there in the 14th position, 2 laps down. Meanwhile, up in front, the 08 Stitchberry driving away from everyone. Taking a look behind him. You got Tony Iverson. Tony Iverson's made up the 2nd spot. But I'll tell you, Tony Iverson is 0.8 of a second back. And the 08 is driving away. He's adding more time onto that every lap we go around this track. 22 laps to go. Man alive, I'll tell you, this has been some pretty cool racing. I see some pretty cool racing. Being a broadcaster, I see some pretty good racing. But these guys are putting on a really good show at a short track in Iowa. I'll tell you, oh, Johnny Thunders has crashed. No caution out, though. Let's go back, take a quick look, see what happened to Johnny Thunders. Take a closer look at him. Let's just take a look. We'll back him up. I'm not sure what he's doing down there on the apron. There he is. We're just driving along with Johnny Thunders here for a moment. We'll speed it up to regular speed. He's down on the apron, trying to stay out of everyone's way. Just getting around the track. Looks like he's coming into pit lane. He got a little wide to get on the outside, and he stopped and he parked the truck car. He is in the pits. All right, so that's Johnny Thunders. All right, so back up with the leader, though. Let's go back up to live. 20 laps to go right now. Tony Iverson has got away from Casey Gross. He is sitting pretty good in the second position, but he's still 7/10 of a second behind the Stitchberry Machine 08. I'll tell you, Casey Gross now. Casey Gross is now 8/10 of a second behind Tony Iverson, but he's got 8/10 of a second over top of... Oh, what's going on with Caleb? Caleb went down low. Castillo is 8/10 of a second behind Casey Gross. Right now, almost 9/10 of a second now. But meanwhile, back here a little bit further, there is Barry Wendman. He is on the inside of Michael Cordray. He's trying to look and see if he can get something going. Taking a look from his roof cam. He is back here in the 9th position. He wants to move up a little bit more, get some points if he possibly can. But they are all running in single file. Now behind him, he has 3 cars right there in single file. Then he has the 14 in the distance. But right now, everyone else is looking pretty good. They're all running single file racing. 16 laps to go. Al Reed is right there as well. He was up in the front, being a contender. He's in 6th place right now. Right there behind Caleb McKinney. They are all looking really good, but they only have 16 laps to go. Coming around the stripe, it's only going to be 15 laps to go right now. So that Al Reed machine, he's got to do some hustling. He's got to do whatever he can do within the next 14 laps to get back up towards the front of this thing. But he's got to get through Caleb McKinney, Adolfo Castillo, Casey Gross, Tony Iverson, in order to get to the 08 of the Stitchberry machine. Lee Ewan, I apologize, Mr. Stitchberry. I do not do pronunciation well. I do apologize. All right, here we go. Looking at the back end of Al Reed. He has got Cameron Combs right on the back door. Cameron Combs has been doing pretty good. He has faded back into 7th position, though. He was up front running for a while. But he is back here or doing whatever he can. Now, meanwhile, back here, Charles Bagley is back there in the 55. Take a look at the inside of the Dale Williams machine, 22. He wants to see if he can get up around him. He's got a look on the inside coming around the corner. There's a good look at the 22 on the side. Tried to get a little bit of a run on him in the corner. Couldn't quite get it done. Let's see if he comes up this time by. See if he gets a little bit of a run. Can't quite get it done going on the backstretch. He's trying. He's seeing what he can get done. But I'll tell you, not going to work out for the 69 of Charles Bagley. Let's see. Dale Williams in the 22. He is trying to catch up with Barry Wendman. But that's not really happening as well. We got a little bit of a gap right now, 0.3 of a second or so. So he's got to do a little bit of more work to get up there. We are down to 11 laps to go. Stitchberry 08, he has got almost 1 full second over top of Tony Iverson. Tony Iverson has got 1.5 seconds over top of Casey Gross. Casey Gross has, let's see, 7/10 of a second over top of the 07 Castillo. And then we have Caleb McKinney, Al Reed, Cameron Combs, Michael Cordray in the 72 is trying to catch up as well, but he's got a little bit of a gap back there. 9 laps to go as we count them down. I'll tell you, this is almost looking like the way it's going to end. Unless something crazy happens, the way that they have the spacing between the cars right now, I would have to say that the Stitchberry machine has got a heck of a run over top of everyone else. Actually, I'm going to write his name down. For now, I'm going to write it to make a note of him, because I may have to look at him a little bit later on and remember that 08 machine, because it is a fast car without a doubt. And a good driver, obviously. Not familiar with him at all. Crossing the line, 7 laps to go. Tony Iverson, if you're going to do something, my friend, you're going to have to pour on the coal. You're going to have to hit the turbos. You're going to hit the nitrous. You're going to have to do something, anything at all, to try to get on the back end of that Stitchberry machine. You're still 1 full second behind him. You need to do something. But don't worry about Casey Gross, because Casey Gross right now is 1.8 seconds behind you. 6 laps. I don't think Casey's going to catch you. You got to concentrate on that car up in front. You got to see if you can rattle his cage a little bit, get up on the back bumper, see if you can do something to try to take the lead away from that 08. Honestly, it's going to be a job. But you are gaining. You're down to 9/10 of a second. You knocked off 1/10 of a second. So let's see if you can get it done. You got some racing to do here now, Tony Iverson. Meanwhile, farther back, everyone else is still looking pretty good. They're all pretty much in line, doing a good job. There's no real dramas anywhere. No one's really beating and banging on each other, trying to beat their way up to the front of this pack. It's all just basically a Sunday drive for most of these drivers. Now, we got a little bit of action back here. Caleb McKinney, Cameron Combs just flew by, and so did the 3 of Al Reed. So these 2 guys went flying by. Caleb McKinney lost a couple spots there. Looks like the 2 machines, Al Reed, Cameron Combs, are men on a mission. There is Cameron Combs. He's looking on the inside of the 3, but we only have 3 laps to go. There's Al Reed bouncing off the wall, trying to get it done. All right, number 72. That is Flashpoint Racing Network, the number 72. That's who we are. That's Michael Cordrag. That's him in that YouTube channel, or someone that knows him. But meanwhile, up in front, 2 laps to go. We've got the Stitchberry for the lead. Iverson in the 2nd place. Then we have Casey Gross in 3rd. But don't count out Adolfo Castillo. He is there. He's running up on the back end. Final lap. He's going to see if he can get something done. It's pretty much a done deal for the 08. Doesn't look like the Castillo machine's going to be able to get it done. Man, I'll tell you, there is your winner, Stitchberry 08. That is the Jim Shark car. He is your winner. The 13, Tony Iverson, came in 2nd. Casey Gross for 3rd. Castillo in the 7th for 4th. Cameron Combs in 5th. Al Reed in 6th. Caleb McKinney 7th. Looks like Michael Cordray in 8th. Barry Winman. And rounded out the top 10, Dale Williams. Man, I will tell you, that was some pretty cool racing here today. Pretty cool indeed. There's Tony Iverson. He was 2nd. Just taking some notes here, folks. There we go. Let's burn it up. Let's see what this thing can do. We're going to get some good camera angles here for this Jim Shark machine. Woo! He's got a smoke show going on. Looking really good for that 08 machine. Jim Shark, butt kicker, rising on the hood. That Ford Mustang for the win. Man, he's not going to have much for tires left on her. It's looking really good, folks. Here in the Iowa cornfields, he's making a good circle. That's a good deal right there. I'll tell you what. Man, he's out there doing designs on the track. Just having fun. That was a 0, and now he's making an 8. 0-8. Man, I'll tell you, right there, that is some good driving by the 08. He ran the entire race basically up or front. We're going to take a real fast look out here. Take a look. Stitchberry for the win. Iverson for 2nd. Casey Gross was 3rd. We were at the Iowa Speedway, 150 laps, 1 liter all day long. We had 4 cautions for 14 total laps. Tony Iverson was a hard charge. He came up 15 positions. Most laps led Leeuwen Stitchberry, 150 laps, led every one of them. Fastest lap, Stitchberry, 22.911. Pole position, Stitchberry. It was the 08 Leon Stitchberry show. All righty, there he is there. That's just awesome looking right there. I'll tell you what, man, we're just going to, wow. I don't know what else to tell you, folks. That was a heck of a run. Let's see if we grab on to the leader right now, or, well, I guess the 3rd place driver. Grand Slam, baby. That's Stitch, driver 22. DXT Hobo Live, yeah. Let's go and take a look. See if I can get a hold of Casey Gross. Take a look. There he is. He finished a 3rd place. Hey, Casey. Oh, there we go. Hey, Casey, it's Art up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Art. What's up, brother?
Hey, man, I'll tell you what. 3rd place, not too bad here at Iowa. It was pretty solid race here by everybody here today.
Yeah, no complaints at all from the race, man. It was a good time. Everybody raced pretty clean. I'm just happy to walk away with another podium. It was a great race, man. It was stressful. It was a good race.
Well, I'll tell you, it was a lot of fun to broadcast. I'll tell you, there was a lot of action. I mean, in some ways, it was just a Sunday drive for most of you drivers. I was expecting maybe a little bit more cautions as far as what was going to happen on the track, being on a short track like this. But you guys, again, did an awesome job out there today. 17 cars. You didn't really have that many problems.
No, yeah. This whole season's been pretty green, man. It's a lot of fun. It gets to show a lot of people's difference in skill and how they change driving as their tires start to wear out. It's a lot of fun, man. Strategies been able to be implemented essentially, and it's just a great group of guys, turning in a lot of good laps.
Right on. Well, I'll tell you, next week going to Kansas for 135 laps. What do you think about going into Kansas?
If I'm not mistaken, it's a top ripper, so it's always a good time when I get to rip the wall. So I'm ready, man. Quantum boys, we're all ready. We're ready to go. We're ready for the season, the rest of the season.
Right on. Well, I'll tell you, I would have to say that you guys had a heck of a job out there, had a heck of a time, and did a really good job racing this track. Have you got anything for your sponsors or friends back home before I let you go?
Yeah, thanks to you obviously for putting on today's show. Can't wait to go back and watch it. Advanced Technical Solutions for being the league sponsor, and Crafts and Stuff, Landon C, all those guys. Cam for hosting this league, and Chad and Billy as always for being admin, as well as my Quantum guys for talking about the race and figuring stuff out and trying to put as many fast cars on the track as we can. So just thanks to everybody that makes this thing happen.
Right on. Well, I tell you, congratulations once again. Look forward to seeing you over in Kansas.
Thank you, Art. Me too, buddy.
All right. That was your 3rd place driver, Casey Gross. He was working his way up all day long, got himself up in the 3rd place, did a really good job. Now we got 2nd place driver, Tony Iverson. Hey, Tony, you got a copy, man?
That's me, and I copy.
There you go. I'll tell you what. I remember calling a couple of races there with Adam Gladfelter when we were doing the broadcast. I was doing color, and I'll tell you, I remember always watching for that T-Rex on the hood of the car driving around this track. And I didn't count you out at the first of the race because I remember you were a pretty fast driver in season 1, and you didn't disappoint. 2nd place, man.
Yeah, it was cool. I started in the back of the field. And just, this isn't really my favorite track in the world, but I was happy to make the race like barely on time. And, we had a rough beginning there. I got into it with, I think, the O2 car, and it shot me up. Gonna have to look at that. It didn't bring out a caution or anything, but I almost got lapped for it. And then, stage 1, I think I finished last. And then stage 2, moved up a little bit, but had to repair some damage at the end there. So yeah, to start stage 3, I think I was in like 12th or something, and to work up to second place and try to chase down Stitch. It was fun. It was fun. Hard to pass here, but glad I was finally able to get into one of these races.
I'll tell you, short track racing at its best, but for a short track, it was really, really clean. I was very impressed about how clean this track was for everybody racing out there today. Wasn't a whole lot of problems. Usually when you get into short track, you get a little tempers flying and a little bit of beating and banging. You guys all put on a heck of a show.
Yeah, it was a good time and definitely clean racing. I think we only had 2 cautions outside of the stage breaks, which is, saying a lot for a track like this. So yeah, it was good stuff.
That's right. 2 cautions other than the 2 stage breaks. We had 14 laps total as caution laps. But yes, you're correct. It was a good time. Now, you're going to go to Kansas next week for 135 laps. What do you think about going to Kansas?
It's one of my favorite tracks. This league has already went to, I think it was what was it, Texas and Vegas, I think, which are like 2 of my favorite tracks. And then I'm not really a huge fan of this track, so I'm really hoping that I can race with them at Kansas. That is one of my favorite tracks, and I think I won the race there last season in this league, so would like to be able to defend that crown.
Yes, it could be. That could be the one that I'm thinking of, because I know I've seen you win a race somewhere. But again, it's been quite a while ago, and like yesterday, it's gone. I always look forward to tomorrow, and I don't really worry too much about the yesterdays. But I'll tell you, when you win a race, you got to remember that one, without a doubt. Anyways,
Oh, most definitely.
before I let you go, if you got anything for your sponsors or friends back home?
Shout out to the Racing Tyrants, my wife, ECRL, and the admins keeping it going. You guys for broadcasting it, and then all the other sponsors that this league has accumulated to, be able to provide the trophies and get the broadcast going and stuff. The trophies I got from this league are some of my favorite I've gotten, and yeah, it's just really cool to see all the collaboration by a bunch of grown adults that are just kind of sitting in front of simulators pretending to live out childhood dreams of being race car drivers. It's a good time.
Exactly. I couldn't say it any better. I'll tell you what, I love being in my race car downstairs in my basement, down in my man cave. But this broadcasting thing kind of took over my life now. I don't get to, I haven't raced maybe 6 or 7 times in the last 6 months, but I definitely do enjoy getting back behind the wheel when I can. All right, my friend, I will let you go for now. Enjoy your week and have a good week at Kansas. I don't know if I'll be up here in the booth or not, but whoever is, I'm sure that they will keep an eye on your car getting around the track.
All right, thanks, man.
All righty. That was Tony Iverson. He was your second place driver. Now we're going to try to grab onto the winner of the race. That would be Luen. I apologize. How do you pronounce your name?
If you want to make it easy, you can just say Stitch. But if you want to go for my first name, best way to is Ian.
Lion?
Ian with an I. Ian Stitch.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, Stitch.
But everyone calls me Stitch. Yeah.
Okay, Stitch. Congratulations on your win. That was a heck of a show. You took everybody to school here today. I'll tell you, nobody even came close. You were on the pole. I'm just going to bring it up here while I'm talking to you real quick, because you were on the pole. You led the fastest lap, 22.911. You led the most laps, 150, which would, by the way, every single lap. You took all these guys to school. I'll tell you. How did you do it?
Honestly, I think I got it in my head early on that it was going to be a tie-saving race. And once you get that groove, getting down low, and you know what your line's going to be, it's just a case of hold on to the front right, and it'll look after you at the end of the race.
Well, you definitely played into it perfectly, because it took you to the finish of this race as the leader. That's where you want to be. It doesn't matter where you drive the car, as long as you're at the front of the pack at the end. You were at the front of the pack the entire friggin' show. So you did an awesome job, my friend. Man, I'll tell you. Did you have any time that you thought there was going to be some problems or any trouble, like pulling in the pits or anybody getting by you? I know the '76 Caleb. One time I think it was him that came out. He almost got ahead of you coming out of the pits, but you edged out in front of him.
Yeah, I mean, obviously pit roads are always so tight because you're all so close together. But as long as you hit your marks, you're okay. I think the big thing for me was trying not to push too hard too soon. I know a lot of the guys here have got a lot of pace, but I knew I could back my ability to just look after the tires early on. A couple of the guys had a good run at me, but I knew I had a little bit left in the tank to push forward if I needed to. There were a couple of instances at the race start and the restarts where they could try and hold the outside in 1 and 2, and I knew if I can get a good enough run out of 2, then I've got the inside for 3, and that's day done really. So I think I had it pretty much under control, but I think if the race had gone a bit longer, things could have been different. Obviously, the last caution came out right around the pit window, so that saves everyone a headache. Because we were all looking to pit around about that time anyway. I think I would have been a lap or two away from a green flag pit stop, so it came out at a pretty perfect time to just take it. And we had a bit of a debate between 2 and 4 tires, but with the laps we had left, I think it was a 32 lap run to the end, so I opted for a full set of 4, and I think either one would have been okay, but having the full set just gave me that little extra tenth, maybe a lap to stay ahead.
Well, I'll tell you, it worked out, and you did. Everything that you did just played out perfectly. You couldn't ask for a better race. I'll tell you. Like you took everyone to school. It was amazing to watch. Now, I do have to ask you real quick. I know where that red dragon's from on your flag. You're from the British Isles somewhere, I know.
Yes. Yeah, it's Wales. So
Wales. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I was kind of wondering. Wait, because I noticed there's a couple of Barrys from England, Dale and Mikey. So we have a few people from across the pond. I'm in Canada myself, so I mean,
nice.
I'm on the other northern side of the U.S. But I'll tell you, it's good to see you guys over here racing in the NASCAR league, without a doubt. Especially when you come over and kick their ass. I'll tell you.
Yeah, it's nice to have the platform of a European time zone for an American league, because these cars are amazing to drive, and especially if you look at the B class cars and the trucks, they're a lot of fun. Cup cars, a lot of people take them or leave them, but it's so difficult to find oval series that are run to a decent time zone for us. So it's a great opportunity for us Brits to get involved.
Well, again, the reason why I say that is because usually we see you guys in the road courses. Very rarely, as a broadcaster, do I see anyone from England or Spain or France or anywhere else racing with the Americans in our, NASCAR, North American, our league, as it were, because you guys usually do the road courses. So it's pretty cool that you came over and you beat everybody that was over here. So it was a good run in Iowa. You can't get any more American than Iowa in the cornfield. So, congratulations on your win. So, we're going to Kansas next week. We're going from the cornfield to the wheat field. What do you think about going to Kansas?
It's not a track I've run a lot of, to be honest. So it's going to be a little bit of prep during the week to work out my line. But as far as I'm aware, it's going to be a nice little competition between the bottom and the wall. So I tend to be a bit of a wall rider, so I'm going to give that a solid go during the practice session next week and see what happens. But it's going to be a learning experience. Again, first and second stage is all about finding your line, working out what the track's going to evolve to, and then bringing it home in the third stage. It's going to be an interesting one for sure.
Right on. Well, I'll tell you what, I won't take you any longer here. Won't keep you any longer. Have you got anything for your friends or sponsors back home before I let you go?
Yeah, just a shout out to the team, to DXT, for giving us the platform to drive. I've bit of a fringe driver with DXT. I've only came in seriously in the last sort of 3 months, but they've a great bunch of guys, and they've given me the opportunity to race under their banner. A shout out to my partner as well, and to you guys and everyone who runs the league, the sponsors that allow the league to function in the way that it does, and yourself and the broadcasting team for bringing these kind of races to life, because it's all well and good having these kind of drives, but if no one gets to see it, no one gets to appreciate the kind of great racing that you can have in these kind of leagues, it puts people off joining. But showcasing what these kind of leagues can do, it brings more drivers in, it brings more awareness. So I got to give a big shout out to you guys at the broadcast as well.
Right on. Well, again, I'm just kind of filling in. Your regular broadcaster should be back eventually, but I am on standby in case they need somebody to do a little bit of broadcasting. Hopefully, your regular broadcaster will be back soon. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. Let you have a fantastic week. Again, congratulations on your win. And
Thank
we
you.
look forward to seeing you win a couple more before the end of the season.
Hopefully. Thank you very much.
All righty. That was Stitch. The 08 Stitchberry. Isn't that terrible? Anyway, I'm going to just bail out of here while I got my control over my speeching, my talking. I'll tell you what, thanks for watching Pirate Broadcasting. We are setting sail. I've got another race. I got to get to Charlotte, and we got another race to go on to tonight. So, everyone, thank you from Iowa. These guys put on a heck of a show. We will see you next week in Kansas. I don't know if it'll be me, myself, or your regular broadcaster. However, I'm sure you will have a heck of a show. Everyone have a great